I've figured out sports betting, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys the strategy that I've used this year to make already over $12,000 in the NBA. So make sure you have your pens and your papers out because we're going to go step by step. I'm going to jump over to the whiteboard and show you guys how you can achieve the exact same. Now let's go ahead and start with step one. What is the type of play that we're going to be looking at in the NBA? Now, to be honest with you, I've been able to do this without looking at totals, spreads, or doing any of those like ridiculous parlays. What I've been focusing on is player props. All right, player props. So what are we looking for in our player props? We're going to be looking at certain numbers. We're not just going to be looking at any player prop. We're going to be looking at the points, rebounds, assists prop. All right, also known as PRA. Okay, why are we looking at that? Because this is the prop that is going to be the most consistent and give you the best opportunity to be able to hit. All right, doing individually, it's a bit tough. The reason why is because when you are trying to do it individually, you're not going to be able to buy enough points on each of these props to make it really worth it and have the highest probability with that. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're looking at the PRA and we're looking for the highest probabilities here. Highest probability percentage. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the over and the under. We're going to look at both sides here. So first off, let's take a look at the under. All right, for a player prop, for a PRA player prop. This is what you need to look for on a daily basis. You need to look for players that have a usage rate. So what is a usage rate? Usage rate is how much they're being used on offense. Okay, you want a usage rate. So usage percent. You want the usage percent for an under. You want it ideally to be anywhere from 18 below. All right, 18 below. That is what you want for a usage percentage. You want it to be at least 18 or below that. So what does that mean? That means the offense doesn't necessarily run through them and they're not touching the ball every single time they come down the court. Okay? Now remember, what we're looking at right now is the under. This is what you need to look for when you're looking for the under. All right, so usage rate, you want 18 or below. That means they're not going to be touching the ball every single time down the court. They're going to be, probably running around a little bit, but not necessarily the offense running through them. So they have limited opportunities. So you want players that are going to have limited opportunities. That's what you're looking for. Okay, now once you have found that, once you have found the players that have limited opportunity, the next you're looking for is them versus tough defenses. All right? Per their position, though. Per position. All right, you want, like say for point guard, for example, if you're looking at a point guard, you're not going to really find too many point guards that are going to be 18 below usage rate because they're the point guard, so a lot of stuff is going to be ran through them. They're going to be touching the ball a lot. But for example, let's just say you have a point guard that you're looking at and he's going against the 5th best defense versus point guards. That's what you're looking for. Okay? You are looking for a good matchup defensively because we're looking at the under here, right? We're focusing on the under. All right? So, again, line these up. What do we want? For the under, we want a usage rate 18 or below. We want tough defenses against that position. Just like this example, point guard's going against the 5th best defense at guarding the point guard position. Now, once we have all that mixture, we found a player that has a good defensive matchup. They don't touch the ball that much. The offense isn't ran through them primarily. We're looking at the under. What do we do from there? Now, from there, we are going to go ahead and analyze what their averages are. So, you need to find exactly how many times did they go over their number at minus 250 to minus 270 at the sportsbook that you're looking at. Okay, so for example, you will see the minus 110 line probably. Let's just use the point guard for example. We use that example. Minus 110 line over under could be like 24.5. All right, what we're looking for is we're looking for like a minus 250 line or a minus 270 line at about, usually it's about 3% or 3.4 point difference, 28.5. All right, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that alternate prop. So this is where you're going to find these type of numbers that are going to correlate with something like that. All right, again, I'm going to write this over here as well because you need to understand that this is an alt prop that we're looking for. All right, we're looking for an alternate prop. So what you're doing is you're going to take that player, and now we're going to buy back to this minus 250, minus 270 number, and make sure that we're at least 3 or 4 points back from that minus 110 number. So what is that going to do? That is going to create us an opportunity to be able to see exactly what the probability now, because now we have to look at the probability as well. Okay, what the probability is of that player being able to surpass pretty much here, for example, hitting 29 PRA. Now, what you want that probability to be in this aspect, you want it to be at least 75%. Okay? At least 75% at a minimum is what you'd want this player to line up to be. Because now if we have this recipe here for an under, if we have the usage rate that's low, we have the defense pretty good against point guards, we found the number that's at minus 250, minus 270, we have the percentage right here, the percentage to be at least 75%. The probability percentage, not the odds percentage. The probability of that player surpassing 28.5 is 75%. All right, so that means 75% of the time they're going to stay below that number. Yes, this is what you're looking for. If we have all these to line up, guess what? Now we got ourselves a player prop for the under on the PRA, on the points, rebounds, and assists. And that is what you're going to be placing. Now, a lot of people are looking at these odds and are like, you can't be successful doing those odds. You can't do it long term. Well, stick around because I'm going to jump into the bet tracker. I'm going to show you guys exactly this season, right now that we're in, how I was able to do this with these type of numbers and how it actually works. So that way you guys don't think it's a bunch of bull. I'm actually going to show you how that works. Now, this right here is exactly how you do the unders. This is how you're looking for the under player props. Now let's go ahead and get into the overs. All right, let's talk about, again, player props, what we're focusing on, right? Player props, the PRA. We're looking at the over now. How do we do the over? The over is pretty much the same example as the under, but completely the opposite, right? That's what we're looking for. All right, so first off, usage rate. What are we looking for on a usage rate for an over player? Obviously, we want the offense to be running through them, okay? We want a high usage rate. So anything about usage rate, we want to be 25 and up, all right? So like players like Jokic, Giannis, their usage rate is like 30, 32. Like they're some of the highest in the league. So that's what you want, obviously. You want a high usage rate, okay? So make sure we have a high usage rate for the player that we're looking for an over on, because it only makes sense, right? It only makes sense. You want the player to have the ball in his hands, the offense to run through that player, because you are looking at the over PRA for that. Now again, this is going to be an alternate prop. Okay? Alternate prop. So we're looking for the usage rate here to be pretty high. Next, we're looking for favorable matchups. Favorable matchup per position. Okay? So this is the opposite of what we were looking for the under, right? We'll use the point guard position again for an example. So let's say the point guard is going against the second worst team versus point guards. All right, now if you guys want to fast forward all this stuff and you guys want to know exactly what the plays are, I'm giving them away for a free trial so that way everybody can try it out. All right, so everybody can see. All you got to do is go to the link in the description, click the link in the description, get the 7-day free trial. If you like it, you can stick around. If you don't, then you can escape. All right, but if you guys want that, this is going to be limited time, so make sure you guys go and click the link down in the description if you want a free 7-day trial to see exactly how it works with me, not just in the NBA, but over every single sport. Now, back to what I was saying. You want the point guard to be going against one of the worst teams at guarding the point guard position. All right, so what do we have here? We got him going against the second worst team. Second worst team versus the point guard position. So again, let's circle the numbers that we want here. This is an over prop, alternate number. Usage rate, we want over 25 at least. Favorable matchup, we want them against one of the worst teams going against that position. So we're going to keep it at that. Then next thing we want to do is we want to go and look at what their averages are, obviously compared to what the sportsbook's giving you, because the sportsbook would give you the minus 110 line here to be, for example, let's say, we use the same example as the last one, 24.5. All right, is the over-under number here. What we're looking for is the minus 250 to minus 270 line, which is going to be pretty much 3 or 4 off. All right, so let's say it's 20.5. That's what we're looking for here. All right, we're trying to give ourselves a favorable shot here. So the recipe here is the complete opposite of the unders. What we're looking for here is high usage rate going against one of the worst teams to guard the position, and then we're buying back, not over the number. All right, we're buying backwards from here. Instead of going over to like 28.5, we're going down to 20.5. Now, once we've done all that, what are we going to do? We got to find the high percentage. We got to make sure that it's what? Hitting at least 75% of the time. It's the same thing as the unders. You need to make sure that this player that we're looking at right here is hitting at least over this number 75% of the time that he plays his games. We got to make sure of that. If you don't come up with a percentage like that, it's not going to work long term. Because for example, this line right here, let's say it's minus 250 or minus 270, and then it's like you go through the probability here, and the probability is like 62%, let's say, for that number. That's not going to jive with these odds right here. Okay? Because long term, you need to hit here to be able to produce, not there. If you're hitting 62% of the time playing minus 250, minus 270, you're going to be losing money a little bit over time. So we don't want to do that. Okay? We want these. We want to be able to hit high percentage probability plays long term because we have to be able to profit. We have to be able to hit those. All right, that is the recipe right there for player props, for your unders, and for your overs. Now let's go discuss one of the most important aspects of this whole entire strategy as well. Now let's talk about number 3 here. This is going to be your betting size. This is extremely important because a lot of people make a mistake here. A lot of people, okay? Those odds I was just telling you about. Minus 250, for example. What somebody will do, let's just say you have a unit size. We're just going to use an example of a unit size of $1,000. All right? Let's say that you go to grab this play right here. Some people will think that they're supposed to be doing this to win $1,000. That they're going to be wagering $2,500 on minus 250. That's not what you're doing. All right? That's not what you're supposed to do. So let's exit that out. You are not doing that. What you would be doing is you're betting your unit size. So regardless, what you'd be doing is your unit size is 1,000. You're betting 1,000. Okay, that is what you are. You are betting. You are not matching what the odds are. Now again, like I said, if you are doing this correctly and over time you are hitting 80%, 75, 80%, you are going to make small increments on your wager. You're going to make small increments. Okay, so over the course of 10 games, if you win 8 of them, what's going to happen? You're going to profit a little bit. Okay, you're going to profit a little bit. So in increments of you doing that, you're going to gain little bits of money and add it to your bankroll, to your unit size. You're going to be adding that. Okay, because a lot of people say, oh, when you lose one game, you got to win 3 to recoup it. Yeah, but if you're winning 80%, 75% of the time, you're constantly doing that, and you're gaining a little bit of money. It's about gaining little bits of money. It's not about matching, putting in $1,000 bet and winning $1,000. It's not about that. You're not trying to do that, okay? You're trying to make small amounts of money with your unit size in increments over time by staying consistent. If you are just trying to match your money here and put $1,000 down and win 1,000, you're not going to be successful long term. You're not going to be able to find those plays. You're just not. I've been doing this for years upon years upon years. You're not going to be able to find the plays to do that. The only way to be able to do that is to be able to win small increments of money at a time and be able to add that up over time. And to not get banned from your sports book, you have to be able to split that up. So if you're betting $1,000 a game, this has to be split up between like 4 sports books. Okay, $250 a piece. Has to be. Because you can't be betting $1,000 at one sports book with anything that I teach, because you will get banned, you will get limited. All right, and like I said, if you guys want to fast forward through all this stuff and you want to learn exactly how to do it and you want the picks being sent to you and you want to give it a try, there's a free 7-day trial in the description. So click that link in the description, you'll get a free 7 days. All right, and back to what I was saying though, this is very important. Very important, because the other steps, they can work, but if you don't understand how to bet correctly, then you're not going to do this correctly. And when you take a loss, if you're betting like this and you take 2 consecutive losses, guess what? You put yourself in a major hole where somebody else is just down 2 units and they just got to dig themselves out of a small hole. Okay? But remember this. Money makes money. All right? Money equals money. Too many people think that they can do this. Small money equals big money. Too many people think that they could do that. That is where the sportsbooks make all their money, with this mindset right here. This mindset, this is where the sportsbooks make a ton of cash, because people think they could bet small and they're going to win big. All right? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm sorry to break it to you if that's the way that you play, but you'll never win long term trying to go that way. All right? Money makes money. So small money makes small money. Big money makes big money. It's just the way that it goes. All right? It goes like that in life as well. Wealth creates more wealth. That's just the way the rules are. There is no difference here. It's the same exact rules apply to sports betting that apply in real life. You got to have money to make money. If you don't have any money, you're not going to make any money. Simple as that. All right? But your betting size, like I said, is so important, because none of this works if you don't have the right betting size and you're not strict and consistent and know exactly how to bet this stuff. So again, when you're betting plays like this, make sure that you're not trying to match the odds. Instead, you're sticking with your unit size. Your unit size is what is important, not what the odds are. You're just trying to hit a certain percentage over long term. That's all you're trying to aim for. At least 75% long term, you are going to make some money. You're going to make little increments of money, and it's going to add up over the course of the whole entire year, through seasons, through years. It's just going to keep adding up. It's that simple. It's not too hard. Trust me, it's not too hard. You just have to know exactly what to do. And like I said, if you guys want to fast forward through all this and me show you exactly some of the picks and get a little taste of it, make sure you guys click the link in the description, because I'll give you a 7-day trial, so that way you can see exactly how everything works out and how these types of plays that I'm going over with, how they correlate in the real world. Now we're going to jump into the laptop and I'm going to show you guys my bet tracker, exactly what it looks like for this year in the NBA. So now if you guys take a look here, I'm going to show you guys exactly a little bit over $12,000, 12.31 units gained, and hit over that 75% mark, pretty much 77% there. That's the course of this season. Now let's take a look at the odds. Now, as you guys can see in my tracker, I have FanDuel written down for every single one. That's just because I don't want to waste my time putting in 4 or 5 different entries for the same play. So I just put it in there. That doesn't mean I'm betting $1,000 consistently at FanDuel, because you would get banned, like I told you. But look at the odds here. All right? You don't see any odds that are that minus 110 number. So how many times do people tell you, you can't bet these type of numbers, you can't win long term, there's no way that you could do that? Well, guess what? I'm showing you right now, live, exactly how you're able to do that and be successful. And these are doing exactly what I just taught you. Okay, look, the overs, the unders, all of them. Showing you exactly how you're able to do that and be successful long term. Instead of doing what all these other people try to do, is beat the system. And guess what? The system is never going to get broken, all right? The original system of betting minus 110s and stuff is never going to be broken. You're always going to lose your money doing that stuff. But like I just showed you right there, you're able to hit in that range. This is just the start of the NBA season. We're only halfway through. All right, so $12,314 is what I'm up right now through the NBA season. You could do this exact same thing. There's no difference between me and you. No difference. The only thing is, I know exactly how to find these probabilities, and I know exactly how to find these plays. So again, if you guys want those and you guys want to learn exactly how to do it, make sure you guys click the link in the description. It's a free 7-day trial. You guys can see exactly how these plays come across and everything. Another thing that you guys could do as well is if you don't have access to a lot of these numbers, make sure you go and you have offshore books as well. All right, because some people say like, oh, I only have Price Picks and Underdog. Well, if you have Price Picks and Underdogs, then you have access to Bet Online, Bet US, Fliff, Rebet, Bovada. You have all that stuff. So make sure you guys go and get that as well if you're at a sports book that, you know, is Prize Picks or Underdog. I don't consider them really sports books though. But this is how you can achieve this exact same number. Okay? What I just showed you, you could achieve this same exact number. There's just no reason not to. You don't want to be on the losing side. You don't want to be a loser in sports betting and keep hiding it from your wife, from your girlfriend. You don't want to keep doing that. All right? You want to be on the winning side. This is how you create wealth and winning when it comes to sports betting. Okay, you don't create it by guessing and thinking that you know exactly what's going to happen for a certain team. That's not how this works. All right, guys, as always, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.